Take a look at your screen. Video showing a tombstone with the name of 19-year-old Damarius Butts. He died at the hands of Seattle police 6 years ago, but this is not his proper grave marker. Instead, it's a fake tombstone that was found on display inside an SPD office. Thanks for joining us. For the news at 6, I'm Hannah Kim.
And I'm Matthew Smith. A video that recently came to light showed that mock tombstone, and it had Damarius' mother reliving his death all over again.
For the first time, we heard the man's mother about seeing an insensitive display of her son's memory, and Fox 13's Frankie Thompson also heard from the Seattle police chief, and she has more on this story.
Chief Adrian Diaz says the mock tombstone is no longer displayed at the East Precinct and says he assures all precincts have been checked for any items that could cause harm and hostility. But the mother says the damage is done, and she says she can't believe how callous this act was by the officers.
When I first heard the SPD displayed a fake tombstone with my son's name on it, I was shocked. I cannot explain the pain and the anger that I felt. It was very hurtful to know the SPD joked about killing my son.
If healing from the death of her first child wasn't hard enough for Stephanie Butts, seeing his name on a mock tombstone inside a Seattle police precinct made it harder.
I was disturbed by the disrespect it showed to the Butts family.
The mother of 19-year-old Damarius Butts joined in virtually as Police Chief Adrian Diaz and the Community Police Commission discussed the display found inside the East Precinct.
I've talked with community members about this hurt, and I've talked with officers. They were embarrassed and expressed that they can't have this. It's unacceptable.
Police shot and killed Damarius during a shootout in April 2017 after an armed robbery downtown. 2 officers were also shot in the incident. Video recorded 4 years later shows a glimpse of the mock tombstone marking Damarius' name and day of death propped up on a shelf in the East Precinct's bicycle repair room. This video was only recently released as part of an unrelated lawsuit against SPD.
It shows they don't care. It's like her son wasn't human.
Officials say the tombstone was likely used during a Black Lives Matter community event, remembering the lives lost at the hands of police. But Damarius' mother is asking why officers kept it and displayed it.
I want to know why this happened. I want to know why it was allowed to continue. I want to know if anyone has been held accountable. I want to know what is being done so it never happens again.
That is the reason why we're working with the Office of Police Accountability to get those answers, to see who needs to be held accountable for the display of that.
Attending the meeting as a private citizen, Victoria Beach is also the chair of the African American Community Advisory Council for SPD. She says this case raises questions about how all officers serve people of color in marginalized communities.
I hear so much about racism in that department from officers.
She says she hopes answers in this case come soon, as she says trust between community and police is eroding.
People know. They know who did it. There's enough of them, you know. I just was saying to all the officers out there that knew about it, have some integrity, have some guts, and come forward and speak out, you know. That's the only way we're going to change. Call them out.
Chief Diaz says investigating and disciplining those responsible could be a challenge. He says more than 575 officers have left the department in the past 3 years, many from the East Precinct. Diaz says the department is reviewing policy and continues implementing measures to eliminate bias. Back to you.